For more on this, political analyst Sonia van der Ende joins us now live from Moscow. Welcome to the News Hour, Sonia. So a high-profile Russian general, actually the deputy head of Russian military intelligence, has been shot and injured in an apartment in Moscow. Why do you think that he was targeted?
Well, we've seen this before. We already had two generals here in Moscow who were killed, actually, assassinated. And there are peace negotiations now going on in Abu Dhabi. And yeah, unfortunately, it's like a never-ending story. Every time when there is peace negotiations, something like this happens, not especially the general, but we had, when there was the peace negotiations in Istanbul, we had here a passenger train attack, we had airports attacked. So yeah, later on it was established that actually it came from Ukraine. So I think that's what the consensus is here in Moscow, that it's actually a disturbance of the peace process,
And
we can
what do
say,
you make of
and
the
this
Kremlin?
is the opinion.
Indeed. And Sonia, what do you make of the Kremlin's claim that Ukraine was behind this attempted assassination of this general in Moscow?
Well, first of all, they are now investigating what really happened. But what I said before, it's all the time like that. And we here in Moscow have, like, every night we have drone attacks everywhere in Moscow, throughout the whole country. And I think it's clearly, it looks like that it's a disturbance of the peace process. I mean, why should you do this right now when there are really peace negotiations in Abu Dhabi, and when both parties say, okay, they have very good negotiations, maybe they have to, negotiate about certain points like the Donetsk Republic. Well, I don't think it's negotiable, but okay, this is what they say. So why are they doing this right now when there are negotiations? I mean, it makes no sense. If you really want a peace, then you should stop at least when negotiations are going on with drone attacks and assassinations. I mean, clearly, I don't mean... people would say maybe in other outlets, maybe it's from inside. Well, I don't think it's from inside. Of course, there's always a possibility. I mean, you have sleeper cells everywhere. It's war. I mean, let's be clear. But I mean, it's every time it's like when there are peace negotiations. So it's a bit too of a coincidence, I think.
But Sonia, how do you think this is possible inside Moscow? And as you say, this is not the first general to be targeted. Some have been deadly. This is a high-ranking Russian official. How is this possible? Where's the security for such people?
Well, I think that this is a big question now in Russia. I think the Russian people will now say, well, we need more security, especially for high-ranking persons like a general or maybe other persons. I mean, the security is good in Russia. That's what I know. Of course, what I said, there is a war, but the security will be more tight, I think, and I hope, because this should be done, because it's already the third general in 3 years' time, and besides other ones, but these are really high generals. So this should be a big issue, and I think it will be going a big issue here in Russia. This is what I think. So, and of course, how is it possible? Well, what I said, it's a war. And of course, we must not forget that there are a lot of Ukrainian refugees also in Russia. The majority of Ukrainian refugees are in Russia. Of course, among them could be sleeper cells, could be who are opposing Russia, but they are here. But okay, that doesn't say anything, of course. So this could be a disturbing fact, of course. But yeah, or because, we have all the attacks coming from Ukraine, or there's one like we had with Daria Dugina, we have one crossing the border and, is doing the attack. So there are two possibilities, of course. And I think, here there will be a thoroughly investigation of what happened today.
Thank you so much, Sonia, for speaking to us here today on TRT World. Thanks for your analysis and your time, Sonia van der Ende. Thank you.